Hi, I'm Amanda Gatton, and I like to make miniatures, preferably spooky minis. I'd like to take you on a tour of one of my Little Paper World's DIY dollhouse accessory books and show you some of the exciting items you can create. At the time of this video, there are 7 books in the series, although more will be added. Each book contains paper cutouts and detailed instructions to create various 1/12 scale dollhouse accessories, dolls, and even furnishings. Today I will show you through Little Paper World's DIY modern, vintage, and antique dollhouse books for 1/12 scale. This is one of my favorite books from the series because I am an avid reader, not to mention an author and illustrator. It's almost like a game where I challenge myself to make each book more realistic and more over the top. So this book is fun because it can be a great gift for people who aren't even miniature enthusiasts, but just good old-fashioned book lovers. But as far as dollhouses go, books are such a great accessory and shelf filler that is easy to create. I make sure to print covers, spines, and back covers along with interior pages. That way, the books look good in stacks, open, or lined up on a shelf. So let's take a look inside. The collection starts out with a bunch of books that I personally love. So you've got some cool series such as Hunger Games, Divergent, Fear Street, and Twilight. All of the books come with printed interior pages and also extra pages in case you'd like to adjust the book's thickness. The books in each series are the same size, but different sizes than other series, if that makes sense. Just trying to capture as much realism as possible. After all, if you look at any bookshelf, the books will be all kinds of different thicknesses and heights. Next, you'll find some very nice looking vintage memorabilia albums. One with pictures and family mementos, and one that shows various political memorabilia. Each cover contains a spot to write in the name of your own doll owner. The page is accordion fold just like most of the books in this collection, and then glue into the spine. Then there will be a variety of different books, mostly hobby type books, spell books, cookbooks, and art book. This book is a field guide, with things from nature taped inside. Here is another album, but this one is blank in case you have your own tiny photos you'd like to paste inside. More assorted, interesting books, all with that slightly aged, weathered, antique feel to them. This next collection is a group of children's books, but they are somewhat spooky books. Now this set, along with a lot of the others in this book, were designed for my Etsy store. You can actually get these sets individually in my Etsy store, Little Paper Worlds. But they are digital downloads there. It just makes it nice because if you only want 1 or 2 things from this book, you can find them there. So this collection was fun for me to make, along with other Dollhouse Kids accessories, because I liked spooky stuff when I was a child. This next book is quite unique as it is one of those hidden compartment books. All these black boxes you see are cut out. Then when you accordion fold the pages, it goes into shape to have a big hollowed out space in the middle where a person might hide their derringer, flask, or wooden stake to terminate a vampire. This next set has been my all-time bestseller on Etsy, and it is my Spooky Books collection. It's kind of neat because I offer it 2 ways. One set is where the 6 books in the collection are varying sizes, and then the second set is the same books, but they're all uniform size. It's just a cool mix of spooky books, scary stories to tell in the dark, handbook for the recently deceased, book from Hocus Pocus, complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, The Never-Ending Story, and Necronomicon, which is from the movie Evil Dead. This next book collection goes with one of my favorite Etsy sets, which is all the trimmings for a vintage horror movie night. The set on Etsy has an old tube TV and one of those 1970s earth tone chairs with the wooden handles, plus a VCR and horror movie VHS, all made of paper. So I made this collection to accessorize that scene. So it's Stephen King, an old TV guide, print magazines, and then extra pages to make your Stephen King novels nice and thick, because the man will take 43 pages just to describe a fork if he dang well feels like it. Some more vintage books, some very cool Christmas books, and even a few cards. Some vintage children's books, including illustrated and unillustrated fairy tale books. This Mother Goose book was a favorite of mine as a child. Here's another album with blank pages, double-sided, which you can either fill yourself, or it comes with all these weird pictures and items. Now these pieces that you see with the dashed boxes around them, they're meant to be double-sided, so instead of having to cut each piece twice, you simply cut out the two boxes, glue them back to back, then you only have to cut out the detailed piece once. Just saves a little bit of cutting time. This album also comes with a cool box and lid to store any extra pictures or artifacts that don't fit in the album. Now, this Bible is very cool and more detailed than the other one. If any of y'all out there had an Appalachian granny, then you're probably aware of the large, ominous family Bible, where all kinds of family data was written, and weird things were stored inside, like locks of hair, pressed flowers, random money, death certificates. Also, a lot of times they had strangely creepy but beautiful full-color illustrations in the middle. So that's what this Bible is. All of that. You can see the pressed flowers, etc., along with the illustrations. There are tons of pages just to make this thing really thick and huge. Then you get all these odd photos, news clippings, and other various historical trinkets to tuck within the pages. This page has lots of covers for some different series that I have loved, such as Nancy Drew, Agatha Christie, Cat Who books, and then a number of iconic classics like Gone with the Wind, Catcher in the Rye, and more. Then the following pages have all the pages for the different books, which are all labeled since all the sizes vary. I included a ton of bodice ripper romances because this is a huge shout out to my grandma. She had an entire wall of these mesmerizing floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, and they were almost exclusively jam-packed with bodice rippers. I would occasionally sneak a peek at tawdry excerpts such as, "Her petticoats dropped to the ground, rustling like a cockroach in a sugar bowl." But I solemnly swear my main interest was the beautiful, colorful covers. So that was definitely what I was going for with this huge collection of 28 bodice rippers and the pages that follow. These are all uniform size, but you can vary the thickness. Then in the back, you'll find 2 pages of vividly illustrated covers in case you'd like to just fill these with plain copy paper and have even more books to line your Dollhouse library shelves. This isn't even all the books inside this book, and look how many there are. I just love how they feel. Right now I'm working on finishing up a second, even bigger collection of Dollhouse books, and all of them are going to be more specifically Gothic style, although I do like most of the books in this collection for Gothic style as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you can find out when new books come out. And also, I'll be making videos of how to create some of these Dollhouse projects. I'll link this book in my Etsy store down below, along with the link to the whole series so that you can find all the books. I will also be posting more book tour videos right here on YouTube. Tell me if you spotted a book that you love, or let me know if you have any books you'd like me to make down in the comments below. I made a lot of these books because they spark core memories within me, so if that's the case for you, I'd love it if you shared your stories with me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.